Most runners treat IT band pain like bad luck, but IT band pain isn't random. It's your body struggling to stabilize your knee and your hip when you run. And if you never rebuild that stability, then the pain will always come back. That's why in the Unlock program, we rebuild that stability from scratch. On Tuesdays and Fridays, we train abductor raises, 10 reps with a 5-second top hold on each rep. Because when your outer glute is weak, your IT band tightens up to do the job for it. And that's where IT band pain comes from. Then in Wednesday's mobility session, we build our pigeon stretch on a wall. But this isn't a passive stretch because the way we do it, we push our ankle into our knee, which activates the outer glute and builds strength through the stretch. Because when your outer hip is tight, it limits the strength you can build in the area. And strength is what unlocks long-term relief for when you go running. At this point, thousands of people have worked through the Unlock program, and the common result is that people feel their IT band start to loosen up after the 8 weeks in Unlock. But we don't just stop there, because getting back to normal is a good thing. But remember that your old normal is what got you injured in the first place, so we don't want to stay there. So after Unlock, we move into the next 8 weeks of the Rebuild program, where our goal is to build beyond what's normal so you don't get re-injured in the future, which is possible because at this point in the program, we're starting to introduce the outer hip drop set, which you will have the strength to start loading with ankle weights. We start with 30 seconds in this position with a bent knee, and since we're loading the ankle, we're being pulled into external rotation, so we're fighting against that, which strengthens the deeper hip muscles around the hip capsule. Then immediately, we go into 30 seconds holding the straight leg position, which translates more to the straight leg position we're in when we run. And the reason why we hold these positions is because when we run, we need the endurance and strength, meaning we're going into these positions and requiring our hips to be used over a long period of time. So we want our sets to replicate that by being a lot longer, because without gaining that outer hip strength endurance, our IT band will always have to tighten up to protect us, because this is always the limiting factor, meaning you're gonna get knee cave and IT band issues. But by strengthening this area measurably, we prevent all of that. And all of that work prepares us for the Targets program, which is the final 8 weeks, where we're building our incline pigeon stretch for that outer hip strength and mobility at the same time. The target is simple. Hold your body weight up with just your outer hip, no assistance, for 60 seconds. This level of ability is far beyond what you're ever gonna get into in running, but that's the point. The best runners I've ever worked with are not people who just want normal. They want to build beyond what they're ever going to use when running. So when they do run, it feels easy in comparison. And that's what I want for you too. And just like everything else that we do, this scales to any level so anyone can do it by using more incline and adding more hand assistance to take some of the load off your outer glute. So working through Unlock to Rebuild to Targets at your own pace is possible for anyone. To fix your IT band, you don't need rest. And you don't need hope. You need to protect the IT band by rebuilding the gaps in your strength and mobility in the outer hip, so you don't just fix the IT band temporarily, but you fix it for good and it doesn't come back.